Hey there, y'all. This is Jack. Today we're discussing My Hero Academia, chapter 428, A Girl Who Loves to Smile. Okay, taking all out my problems with everything, what should have happened with characters like Bakugo dying, or Raka should have died, character assassinations. This chapter is actually not half bad. I gotta say, I actually did enjoy that. If you're ignoring all the flaws that come, before this chapter, but enjoyable. Let's just dive right into the review, shall we? Because again, My Hero Academia. Oh man! All right, let's go. Let's go through it. All right, we cut to the first page right here where we get Ida just berating all the new first years, essentially telling them that Todoroki and Bakugo are still recovering. So you gotta calm down. And we do get this moment with Bakugo as he says, "They were running in the hallway. Did you see that, press?" I don't know why. I got a good chuckle and I laughed at that. I like that. That was pretty funny. Like Bakugo switching them out. He's like, "Hey, did you see them run over? They're running. They're running the hallways, man. You can't let that slide." I love that. It was funny. And he was like, "Yeah, I saw that. It was pretty cool and everything." And of course, all the students, the first years, are apologizing for it. And we get Denki and Mineta just being so angry about this, uh, Deku says the girls always avoided Kantron since we were kids. I think he's not used to them. He is my childhood friend. And so Bakugo's not used to girls going crazy for him. Okay, that's pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. I mean, again, why would girls love this dude, right? Todoroki and Bakugo, they did so much. And I think I do find it weird that not girls aren't going crazy for Deku too, because Deku, he's the one that actually finished off with Shigaraki all for one. Just saying. Then we do get this one kid that kind of peeks into the room. He says, "Hey Deku, I just want to say, thank you so much. You inspired me so much to be, the best hero I could be in the future. You're my inspiration." And as Deku's watching this, he gets a flash of Spinner reaction, like his angry look, as Deku doesn't really have any. He can't really say anything as he just remembers this pain. Um, Interesting. I gotta say for Horikoshi, I know what Horikoshi's going with here is yeah, there's gonna be people that praise you, right? They're gonna come out and say, "Yeah, here, thank you so much for doing everything you can for us. Thank you so much." And you're gonna have people like Spinner that are like, like they're gonna be the complete opposite, where they just look at you with absolute disgust and hatred, and they're gonna wish you died. I get that, and yeah, it's pretty traumatizing for a kid. But I mean, like that, compared to but with everything Deku's been through with going up against all these villains and finishing off well, it wasn't really Deku that really finished off Shigaraki. It was the previous users that finished off Shigaraki once for all for one and Shigaraki, and all that happening. You think Deku at this point, we're not about to put all this beside him. No, I'm not expecting that. Again, he's still a kid at the end of the day, but more be like appreciate more of the people being happy for him and wishing him the best versus people that really don't like him. Because again, the amount of people that dislike Deku is like very, 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 very tiny compared to the people that like him. Again, I'm not saying again Deku should just put all the hatred that people have from aside. I'm not expecting that, but the fact that Deku says this pain makes me think like it's affecting him more than I actually think it should. I do buy that it would bother Deku, like having Spinner come into his mind, Deku just remembering that's fine. But saying this pain just makes me think that regardless of everything that the people are happy for him about, it seems like the default is going to be people like Spinner just disliking him. It seems like that's going to be the default, and I'm not sure I like that. I don't like it. I mean, honestly, I'm not going to act like I've been through like traumatization or anything like that. But if it is like that, like where the I don't know. I don't know why I was gonna ask you guys. I mean, this is so unique to Deku. Again, interesting, and Deku being a bit, I like not not really knowing what to say is fine because Deku's kind of been like that all the time. So that's fine. Then we cut to the students just talking about each other and everything, and Mineta being angry. We cut to Uraraka just watching this happening. Then we cut to Deku and his group are going to help start rebuilding homes and stuff, which is nice to see, clearing rubble and stuff like that. We get some teamwork happening with the Best Genius and Fat Gum are there to help them out. So it's pretty good to see. And we see Ed shot better than ever. Okay, he's not better than ever, but he's still alive when he should have died. So yeah, we see Edshot there and Bakugo talking to him. I was paying attention to this. Remember a few chapters ago, when they said Bakugo, we're not sure, they're not sure Bakugo's right arm's gonna be all good and everything. Um, so I was looking, I was like, okay, where Bakugo? Let me see how's your arm. They said it was his right arm that was messed up, but we do see him. We see the right arm is still covered like in a black sleeve, and his left arm he's using it to carry something. So we still don't have a clear answer yet on how Bakugo's arm is. So keeping me guessing here, Koshi. And then of course we get Ed shot essentially just being like, yeah, I'm good, you know. I mean, I promised myself I'll be better than ever, you know, everything and all that stuff. And then Bakugo gets a smile as we see a big old the scar on him, which is, you know, I mean, it's something. And then we cut to the citizens just being so happy for, you know, the kids here, the heroes, and they made them so much food. And then a bus arrives, and as I was like, well, that's not supposed to be here. Let me see Cementos come out. He's like, yeah, sorry, my students, they just would not stop. We get all the first years coming out and saying, you know, we're sorry for what we did. Please allow us to help you out and everything. And Cemento's like, I can't do nothing about that. They overpowered me, right? They overpowered me. I'm not. I kind of like that. That Cementos seems to be like, he's not strict as Aizawa, because if this was Aizawa's class, obviously that would not have happened. But with Cementos, he seems to be more not laid back, but more like willing to like, okay, this is what the students really want. We're gonna help them out. So I was like, okay, that's fine. That's fine here. And as that's happening, we get just people talking to each other, and Uruka says, little by little, everything is getting to be more optimistic. That's great. As we cut to them all watching each other eat, and Deku's just watching Uraraka eat. And then later that night, Froki, I know her name's Sue, but still, Froki asked, you know, everyone, hey, I've been trying to text Uraraka, she's not answering, because what we learn from that is that essentially that the kids here, or when I say kids, you know what I'm talking about, the students, they could go home if they want. They don't have to stay in the door no more because the massive threat's not around no more. I mean, yeah, but you still just in case, right? I get it's been like, you know, a good long time now, but yeah, I get it, you know, no problem. But for me, I was like, okay, I get it, but still. And Deku obviously goes out looking for her. How does he find her? Don't ask, as because he does obviously find her. And then, yeah, we get Uraraka is watching the city, and she says on that day the conclusion wasn't caught on camera. So interesting, the conclusion. It's obviously has something to do with I'm assuming it has something to do with when Bakugo, not sorry, when Deku hit Shigaraki, and Shigaraki eventually just died out. I'm assuming that's what it has to do with, unless there's something else, which is possible, to be honest. As she just thinks to herself, the city is back to normal. Everything is getting to be more optimistic. That's great. She remembers what she said, and then more words. Feels like nothing has gone better ever since then. It's like the sun is setting and the shadows are growing longer. Unlike before, now it's really over. It's finally come to an end. That's a good thing. Now it's the time to be optimistic and bring it all back. And I love seeing everyone smile as she starts to tear up. As she says, I don't want to ruin the mood. As she remembers Toga crying for her. As she says, that's why I've been suppressing this wound and its pain. As she starts to break down crying. And right there we get Deku arriving right for Uraraka. And that's the end of the chapter. Okay. This is an interesting one. I'm assuming no, I my money's on Uraraka is sad because she wished that she could share this moment with Toga. Because Toga, in the end, just wanted to be happy, even though she's a maniac that deserved everything she got and actually should have gotten worse, to be honest. But that's just how Uraraka feels. That's what I'm assuming, unless Horikoshi is gonna fix this and say, no, Uraraka did make a mistake and she's regretting it. She tried helping Toga when she could have set the whole world in danger. I mean, It's not perfect, but it's something. Yeah, I mean, it would be. It legit would be. It would at least explain why she did the thing she did, and when Horikoshi assassinated her character. Like it was like you can say it's out of character and everything like that, but at least she's acknowledging what she did. I mean, it's not great, but it's something. But I don't think that's what it's gonna be. So again, this again, if you're ignoring the things that came before this chapter is actually not bad. It's probably the best chapter in probably a good long while. I'm not even gonna lie. So I'm gonna rate this chapter probably a 7 out of 10. I enjoyed it. Some funny moments, some comedic moments, and some drama that I think would be good. If the circumstances were better, but I liked it. I enjoyed it. I think the writing for it was pretty good and everything. Um, no, I'm gonna take a point off because if they were able to record everything up till the conclusion, like just so happened, right? Which doesn't make sense because we do know the technology club was recording all this too. It wasn't just the camera crews on the helicopter. They were recording it too, and I don't see why they wouldn't be able to just point the cameras at the battlefield, since we know when the floating school was coming down, they opened the side hatch to get a look at the side view. So that'd be weird if that didn't happen, and also weird that they wouldn't go through the portal when little children went through the portal. So yeah, okay, never mind. This chapter's dropping. Holy cow. 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10. Probably still the best chapter in a good long while. I'll probably stick to that. Anyway, that concludes my review. If you listen this far, I appreciate it. And you guys know the drill. Subscribe if you like this content. And you guys have a great day and take care. Later. All Might's still the best character. His character did not get assassinated. Go All Might.